Hello and welcome to Creating with the Wolf, episode 1, the very first one. So, on today's show, you'll see me creating a Christmassy picture type thing. So, let's see how well I did. Okay then, on today's show, we will be making Christmas trees and thingies that I forgot the names to. And again, do not worry about my hand. I had a little accident, so, you know, don't worry about it. Anyway, I should mention that first. Right, I'm going to grab some of this green Velcro-y material for the trees. Now, I believe I have another one here. Yes, I do. For the two trees. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move these to the side. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to use this to draw around this one. Now, all I have to do is just trace around whereabouts for the tree. So I'll just trace around the Christmas tree. In order just to make a quite cool effect, I would say. Then once you've traced around it once, you should end up with something which should look something like this. Again, using your template, you can draw around it once more. Find out where exactly you want to trace around it, place it where you would like, and again trace around. Once you've done one side, you want to move on to the other. Once you've successfully drawn around your tree, you will be just drawing the dots if they did not connect. You should end up with something which should look like this. If you successfully managed to draw around it and ended up with something like this, then you would successfully have completed our Christmas tree. If you do not start off with a template like this, then I would advise either getting a piece of cardboard, say like this, so a piece of cardboard, or you could be lazy like me and just go to the shop and buy one, but if the shops don't sell them and you don't want to be lazy like I was, you could just make one using cardboard or a piece of paper, and again it's basically the same thing, you just draw around it. The next thing we will be doing, we'll be grabbing our scissors. Now when using scissors, be careful that you do not hurt yourself or cut yourself in any way. Cut between the two separate things just to separate the trees. This is just to prevent cutting through the trees basically. Once you've ended up with two separate trees just like this, you'll want to cut round your tree. So carefully follow the lining and cut round the tree. If you follow it carefully, you should successfully been able to make a quite good tree. Once you've traced around this bit, you'll just want to do the other side. Then once you've successfully cut around your Christmas tree, you should end up with something which should look like this. If you've ended up with something which should look like this, then you have done successfully. If you have not, do not worry, you can always adapt and repair or adapt and continue. Do not worry if you make any mistakes along this, you can always keep trying. As I say, never give up, just keep trying. I'm going to move these to a side for a second, and I'm going to trace round the other side of the Christmas tree again. Again, when using scissors, do be careful that you do not cut yourself, as scissors can be quite sharp. I could not speak then. If you do decide to use glitter, do be careful that glitter does end up going everywhere, as somehow glitter from just this glittery paper is already somehow on my tree, although that does look quite well. Quite well, indeed. Once you've cut round this, you'll want to move on to the other side. Just carefully cut around your tree. Once you've successfully done that, you would have successfully ended up cutting around your two Christmas trees, and you should end up with something a bit like this. If you do, you have done the job successfully. They should be completely identical, theoretically. If they are, you have done the job successfully, which they are. Aha, that is good. That is good. Once you have done that, you want to turn the tree over to the side where you don't have your black lining over, because that will be the side we'll be sticking down onto the piece of cardboardy woody stuff. You will need a piece of glue for this, and again you'll just stick it on the side where you drew it on, just because, well, that's the side you drew it on, so it makes it look nicer, I guess. Really, yeah, that's the only reason I can think of, to be honest. It looks nice. Once you've done that, you'll want to stick down carefully, aligning the tree. So, give it a little pat down. Pat down. Right. You should have something which should look like this. And just to show that it's stuck down, it is not falling off. Nope. So that would have stuck down perfectly. We'll be moving on to the other side, where we will be doing the exact same thing. Again, use the side which you drew it around, which may have some black lining. So the green side will be left on the top of the tree. That will make it look quite nice. Again, just using your glue, stick down upon the tree. Once you've done that, you will want to stick down the Christmas tree on to the piece of cardboardy woody stuff. Give it a good old pat down. Once you've done that, you should end up with a Christmas tree which should look something like this. if you have left your lid off your glue, do remember to put your lid back on your glue, like I did, so you don't end up drying your glue out. Once you've done that, you'll end up with something, a tree like this. Now, moving on to the decorations of your tree. For this one, I will be using one of these little stars, which will go at the top of the Christmas tree. As the Christmas tree is green, I will use red. Just at the top of the Christmas tree to add, you know, the star effect, as Christmas trees usually have a star, or an angel, or so often something at the top. For this occasion I'll be using a star, as I only have stars or love hearts. If you wish to put a love heart on there and you have them, by all means go ahead. It is truly up to you. You should end up with something which should look just like this. After you've done that, you may want to move on to decorating your Christmas tree further. So, let's see what we have here. Washers. I mean, they could come in quite well like tinsel. That's actually a good idea. Tinsel. Did not think of that until I said it. Okay, you should use some glitter. Glitter is very messy, so when dealing with glitter, I would advise you to be very careful. We're going to use glitter. We're going to use red now. So, we're going to need something to keep this glitter contained and nice. So, for this, I have got plain paper. Now, in order to attempt to keep this nice, I'm just going to place plain paper down. There, we use one. We'll risk it and use one. Right. So we're going to use red and yellow. Do be careful, glitter does get everywhere. Literally. So, before I'm going to use the glitter, I'm just going to grab red, one of these, I think. And just going to attempt just to see how yeah, that will look quite good. See if it stays. Anyway, I think I've got roughly how to do this. With this, you may just want to start from the bottom of the tree, which would most likely be there in this occasion. And then just round like that. Then with your scissors, carefully cut. And just tie that there. That should securely hold it in place, and you should end up with something which should look like this. Now, for your tinsel, I would advise just putting a little bit of glue down on the areas where you might like your tinsel. Once you have done that, using either your red or gold, carefully remove the lid. These just pop off. Really don't want this to go everywhere. Ah, there we go. Slides off. And carefully, come on. Place your glitter where you would like it. And give it a good old shake, and you might want to try spreading it in. Personally, for the next tree we will not use glitter. And again, you might just want to use a little bit of gold. And again, just doing the same thing. Carefully give it a little gentle tap over the area you would like your glitter. And again, just doing the same thing. Just carefully spreading it in, mixing it in with the which should give you something which should look like this. Now, we've done one side, we're going to have to do the other. Glitter, yay. Okay then, again, using your glue, carefully place down your glue. Not too much, but not too little. Where you would like your tinsel. Your, not tinsel, glitter. Again, doing the same thing. This time I might start off with gold. Why did I put those lids back on? Carefully moving the lids. And again, carefully just sprinkling it down. Not too much. Just exactly where you would like your glitter. And again, just using your finger, just mix it in. And again, once with your red, do the exact same thing again. That one came off nicely. Not too much, and again, not too little. And again, using your finger, just mix it all in. Which should give you, oh, and don't forget to do that. Which should give you something which should look like this. Once you have done that, you have successfully completed your first tree. We will now be moving on to the next one. So for now, I'll be placing this tree on that piece of paper there. Before I do move on to the next one, I'll just put this glitter away and give my hands a quick wash, as I'm very sparkly. So I'll just move over and just quickly give my hands a quick wash over. Just to attempt to continue on. Again, carefully move the scissors over and carefully move the piece of paper with the tinsel on over to wherever you would like, or advised would empty your tinsel on there back into the pots, or if you don't wish to do that, into a safer location where you don't get covered in tinsel. I need a cup of tea, so 1 second. Okay, so moving on to the next Christmas tree. Again, we'll want to do the exact Same thing as we did before, but we're going to attempt to spice. Ooh. What's in here? 1 second, just curious, very curious. What's in here anyway? Before we move on to that, get over a piece of paper. Before we move on to our next tree, we're just going to have a quick bit of fun. If you have this cool little stuff, which it turns out I have, you can just pop out the things on here and we'll try to craft something with it. As this is creating with the wolf. So we'll see what we can create with this. I honestly don't know, so let's give it a go. Didn't know I had it. You know, it's right in front of us, like, what's that? Again, I haven't done it the first time. Just pull off the white piece of paper. Careful when doing so, as you don't want to get stuck to the ho. Just gonna place that up here for the ho. A little penguin. Cool. Ooh, a Merry Christmas. We're gonna use one of those. I'm going to place that to a side. I'm going to use this one. When doing this, I'll just be popping out the middle green parts. At the moment, I'm not sure what I'm going to be making, as I haven't planned. So we're gonna plan. Yeah, we're just gonna jump into it and see what we make. Again, with making, you can just generally just jump into something. If you've got resources and equipment, you don't even need that, to be honest. Just jump into something and make something, to be honest. That's what I'm doing. Although, to be fair, I had this equipment, I suppose you could call it equipment. It might not be equipment. And nevertheless, we will continue on. Come on. Once you have successfully removed the interior, we're going to place this one in the middle. Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, if you did leave your lid of the glue like I just did again, do remember to put it back on to prevent the glue from drying out. Anyway, we'll continue on. Just carefully pull off the white piece of paper without getting stuck, like I am. We're going to place Merry Christmas in the middle. We need another ho. Here we go. Oh, that would look quite good. We're going to put a ho right there too. Again, in the middle of this part here, we're just going to pull out the holes. Again, trying to make sure you do not get stuck to the ho. Sorry, I had to do it. I'm like a child. Like, ho. Anyway. Or they're called big kids or something, I don't know. Anyway. See, just getting stuck to it. So do not do it, and the first thing I do is do it. Okay then, again, just placing this in an equal opposite direction. So you should end up with, oh no. Careful. If you do make a mistake, do not worry. Every mistake can more or less be fixed. No. don't look exactly right. It's not, I have to do. So far, you should end up with something looking like this. If you have, you have successfully made your Christmassy start. So now we're just going to grab onto, yeah, we're going to put a penguin down. Going to place one penguin there. And a couple of Christmas trees. There. Move that to the side, move that to the side, move that to the side. We've got one of you. We don't have one of you, we'll use one of you then. Again, I'm just going to use another Christmas tree. And I'll just be placing them down to the sides. Grabbing a couple of your stars, placing them around. You know, we should have put something like that there. Just to give it its 3D effect. And again, remember, Christmas time is all about fun and spending time with your family. And you can end up making something just like this, most likely even better than this, at home, where you can design your own Christmas themed magic. And again, we might just add a couple of more little penguins in. One each side. I mean, why not? You know? Why not? A nice little place for your little Christmas tree to sit. You should end up with something which should look like this. And again, you can always remove your Christmas tree and add more interior to it. For this one, we'll be adding the Christmas tree there, just to give it that more of an effect of a nice Christmassy touch. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one and you liked the Christmassy theme. The other downfall and clever thing to making things like this is afterwards you will need to clear up. When clearing up, do be careful of your scissors and your glitter, as glitter can get everywhere, and any other resources that you may be using, do be careful as they can be slightly dangerous or harmful. Thank you for watching today. Wow, what an amazing picture. I've got it right here. It is an amazing one. This one, with the little tree that doesn't stick. Okay, for future references, we may want to think about this tree here, how that would go on, how we would stick that on. But anyway, that was great, quite good. I guess I would rate that, the picture, 4 wolf bites. There you go. Because of the tree, it doesn't get 5. So, just 4. But, if you liked the video as much as I did, let me know by clicking the like button. And if you want to let me know on what you think this one should be rated, do let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't already, then please subscribe to see more videos just like this one. You never know, maybe even better. And don't forget to check out the other videos, as we do a variety of different things on this channel. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.